listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting, Birmingham, Alabama.
Good evening. You are listening to the Hallsworthy Mark Show with your host, Mark Anthony Rains. Enjoy the show.
Hi, welcome to the Hallsworthy Mark Show. Today I'm talking to James Creachbaum Jr., who has been in paranormal since 1988. He does crossing over spirits, dislodging attachments, exorcisms of people, cleanses houses, does investigations, is a psychic empath medium, and is involved in quite a few paranormal groups, and his motto is he likes to help people with paranormal problems every day. Hi James, how are you?
Good, how you doing?
Can you explain what a psychic empath medium is?
I hate to put titles on things. I don't know. I mean, I'm very empathetic about people's emotions that are around me. I can tell if people are good people, bad people, if they're lying. I've had to learn over the years to protect myself against them because they'll just drain you dry, like energy vampires or narcissistic people. And at times I can tap into people's spirits that have passed over. I can't specifically dial up somebody's aunt or uncle. That's just not me. I never know who may come in and want to talk. I mean, but that's what happens. And I don't know. I have visions. I do remote viewing sometimes. I just don't have time to do a lot of it because I'm so involved with, I don't know, other stuff, but I mean, if you had to put a title on, I guess that's a title. I mean, we all have abilities, just some of us are more in tune to them. I think we all have the same abilities. Some people are more in tune to them. That's all.
Now, you said you do exorcisms. What was the first exorcism you've ever done?
First one I ever done was on my girlfriend, and it was not planned by no means at all. It was just, she was playing around with the Ouija board, unbeknownst to me and her brothers, and we weren't even married then. And I'd been studying that and been in paranormal, doing investigations for probably 6-7 years up until 92 there when that happened. And I was in love with her. I was going to marry her, and I had a feeling like, if I'm in love with her, I was ready to die for her. So I made an executive decision. I mean, I did what I did, and it worked out. It took 5 hours. It was hell. It was not a picnic, and it changed all 4 of our lives forever. I mean, it really did. It was the root to what I do now, but I mean, as far as I've got away from that, except for houses. Like, houses are objects. I'm trying to phase out of the dark stuff, trying to live an easier life. But I mean, like, tomorrow I'll be exercising. Well, exercising and cleansing the house. I mean, it's basically the same thing. Your prayers and evicting evil out of the house. So that's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. I've been on day 2 and a half of day 3 of 3 days of fasting. So I'll be ready for it. And that's tomorrow. We're doing that. And that's part of helping people with paranormal problems. I mean, it's tough for people. They got this problem. The whole families are bunched up in a room and they're living there, and their life's miserable. They can't have peace of mind or nothing. I mean, it's hard. I've seen it.
Did you have to have specific training to go into exorcism?
Well, yeah. I mean, I did. For me, I didn't have specific training. This was back in the 80s. I just studied it on the down low because everything's so, people look down on you, or they judge you or whatever. I had no intentions of ever doing any of that stuff. It was just an impromptu. I had to do it. I didn't know what else to do. I did it. I knew what to do, so I did it. I mean, nowadays I don't try to do none of that. I mean, I'll try to direct people to other people, whatever. I don't want. But look, if they can't get help, I know how to do it. I'll offer my services. You know what I mean? That's just the way it is. I've never charged nobody not 1 cent for any of my readings, anything to do with anything to help people ever. Never have, never will.
Now, you mentioned that you dislodge attachments. I'm not too sure what that means. Can you explain that a little bit?
Sure can. Spirits, good or bad, they can attach to people, places, or things. And when that happens, like say you went out and bought you could buy anything that if the spirit attached to it because they were attached to it in life. So when they passed over, they didn't cross over and they attached to this object. Well, now that you what, I don't know what happened there, but
It's okay, carry on.
okay. Anyway, now that you've bought it at a yard sale or antique store, flea, wherever you bought it, don't matter, but now you bring it home, you brought that spirit that was attached to it into your home. And they could get noisy or try to get your attention because they didn't cross over, and now they're trying to get your attention because maybe they want to cross over. Maybe they've been on this earth for 40, 50 years. That's with an object. Now, people get attachments. They get attachments kind of the same way, but in a different way. But what happens if you go to some place, I mean, there's spirits all over, all around. And spirits either have crossed over and they come back and check in on their loved ones or whatever, or they haven't crossed over. And when they haven't crossed over, they're stuck here. They're earthbound. They're stuck. And for whatever reason, they didn't cross over. Whether it was afraid to go to hell, maybe they didn't just want to cross over. Maybe they were attached to something, a place, whatever the reason. But now they're stuck here. Maybe they've been here 40, 50, 100 years. And that's 50 to 100 years of them trying to get somebody's attention, like, hey, I want to cross over now. And you know what? 9 out of 10 people can't see or hear them, so they get frustrated. They were people. They're frustrated, so they'll do anything to try to get your attention after 50 years of frustration. They might knock something over, might scratch you, who knows? But when they attach to somebody, now there's bad. It can be good or bad. You could have a person that was, say, a drug addict in life. So when maybe they died, maybe they OD'd and died. Who knows? But whatever the reason, when they died, maybe they like drugs and there's a drug addict. So now they come across somebody wherever they're at that is maybe battling addiction or maybe is an addict, and they attach to them so they can live vicariously through them. So now what that does, if you're a living person and you're trying to battle addiction, now if you have an attachment attached to you that was an addict, he's affecting your emotions, your thoughts, what you do, what you think, because he doesn't want you to quit because he's living vicariously through you again, through getting high again. He's going to try to tell you, yeah, let's get drugs, let's get high. That's just one example, but that's what goes on. And look, I even had attachment once. I just let my guard down one time, and I got attachment. And I do what I do, and I crossed it over. But I mean, it's not hard to get attachments. I protect myself at all times, twice a day, sometimes more. And especially with I do a lot of investigations, so I definitely protect myself. But there's more attachments out there than what people think. And the thing is, even if it's a good spirit, it's not healthy for you because it's bad on your health. It can lower your potassium. It can have effect on your organs. There's all different health things. I know. I mean, none of this is scientific. You can prove it. In my world, that's what's going on. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. As you're doing your investigations,
Mm-hmm.
how do you go about doing the process of it?
Talking about just a normal investigation to see if why people are having problems. Because what I do, there's like a whole protocol. Because honestly, sometimes it's not even paranormal. It's animals like squirrels in the walls, mice, bats, mold. A mold can make you think and see things sometimes. High EMF from electrical. You're living too close to a substation or something like that. I'm telling you, make people see and hallucinate things. So sometimes, actually, maybe 50%. I don't know the exact figure. I'm going to have to look into that. But it's not always paranormal at all. So that's the first thing. You take some baseline, see what's going on. Check the environment. What's nature got? How's nature involved? Are they living on a giant rock of limestone or quartz? Because that affects, can make you think paranormal stuff, and it can act as a catalyst for the paranormal also. So it's there's a lot of variables and factors that go into this. I just don't jump in there. Oh yeah, you got something on this. It takes a lot of work. You gotta check it out first. In other words, when you go to the doctor and you got chest pains, they're going to say, "Oh yeah, you're having a heart attack. Let's replace your heart." You might just have indigestion. Just along them lines, you gotta check all the things. You gotta validate if it is, if it isn't, what it is and what it isn't, to the best of your ability in your team. And that's what we do, and then we go from there. But I mean, of course, you interview the family and get all the knowledge is power. You get all the information you can get, and then you validate if that's what's going on. That's what we do with investigation or whatever, with film and whatnot, and other mediums and psychics and investigators. And then once we collect all the information, and we try to go from there to help people best we can.
Now, I have a theory that most of our abilities to be able to connect with the paranormal come from early man, because early man had to be in tune with nature and the environment he lived in. I think part of that is still with us. What do you think, James?
I don't doubt that at all. I'm a firm believer in what is called I forget the exact title on it, like memory DNA or something that you carry on through mankind. I can see that, and I don't disagree with that at all, Mark. I don't disagree with that at all. I can see that. Yeah, definitely.
Now, what would you think? How would you go about describing what a ghost is? Because some people got a lot of ideas.
Right.
So I'd be interested in what your idea would be.
Okay. In my world, because look, none of this is scientific, can't prove it, and people just say it's my opinion, but I'm telling you, in my world, there is two variations. One, there's ghosts. And in my world, a ghost is basically residual hauntings. It's just something that plays on a loop over and over. It's really not even paranormal, but I mean, people that aren't used to those things see something, they walk in their house and see, somebody from the Civil War walking across their room, they're thinking, but it's not, it's just a residual. To me, that's a ghost. Now, spirits are people in my world now, that's people that have died, and there's two kinds of spirits. You have, in my world, there's spirits that have passed on, they've crossed over, and they come back from time to time. They might look over, relatives might protect them, they might visit them, check in. The other kind is the spirits that have not crossed over, and they are earthbound, and they are, for some reason, they don't want to cross over, or they want to cross over and they wish they had and they didn't, and they're trying to get people's attention by scratching them or whatever, and people mistake them for evil spirits when it's not. It's just somebody trying to get your attention because they're frustrated. That's what spirits and ghosts are in my world, and that's what usually goes on. They're usually just misunderstood.
A lot of people say that ghosts, if you're good or bad in our world, that you're good and bad in the ghost world.
Right? Well, that's true except for one thing. If you're bad in this world, I'm here to tell you, you are way worse in the spirit world if you did not cross over, because just common sense. If you don't believe me, just use common sense, because here it is. If you are a rotten person, a pedophile, serial killer, whatever, now, when you die, you're more than likely not going to want to cross over, because you're probably going to have fear because of religious views or whatever that you're going to go to hell. So you don't cross over. So now